Awesome. Welcome to our online audience and our guests. Welcome to the first episode of Industry Insights. I'm your host, Lindiwe Mchengu, and join me as we unravel the different industries in South Africa. We hope to give the youth more perspective and more background into what entails a certain profession. So we have our very first guest today. We have Mr. Mohau Mokoena. Mohau is a computer science student at the University of Free State. And yeah, hi Mohau.
Oh, hello, Linda.
How are you doing?
No, I'm good, thanks. And how are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you. I'm happy to have you here. Nervous as well since it's the first episode.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, the nerves
No
they get
worries, you're
to you,
welcome.
but yeah,
Hmm,
okay.
awesome. I think just to calm down the nerves, let's start with some icebreakers. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind at all.
Awesome. So the first icebreaker I have is what's your favorite quote and why?
My favorite quote, it's actually
Hmm.
a quote for one of my, I have an enterprise. It's not registered as of yet, but it's a Royal Mercy Institute. So it's you perceive it possible, you make it possible. So this is an enterprise I actually came up with back in 2020. It focuses on science and technology, hence, the podcast. But yeah, I think
Nice.
the reason I like it is because I am a person who likes to manifest. So if you perceive something to be possible,
Mm.
then you can definitely make it possible.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then the second one would be if you had one superpower, what would it be?
Hmm. Time
Interesting,
travel.
I know.
Time travel.
Mm-hmm.
Time
Time
travel. Yeah.
traveling, of
Yeah.
course.
I'm into science fiction, so yeah,
Mm-hmm.
time traveling. Probably going back uh in the past, but not in the past per se. I would like to go in the future just to see myself in the future, how
Yeah.
everything unfolds and all that. So yeah, I believe time
Interesting.
traveling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would have said being invisible. I'd want to steal something, but okay, no, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it then. Do you mind sharing with us a short summary of yourself? Who's Mohau? Where do you come from? What's your background? And what do you stand for?
Okay. So my name is Mohau Mokoena, as you have already mentioned, right? I'm a passionate information technology student specializing in computer science who values learning, innovation, and community involvement. I am from a township known as, Mokelele, but it's actually Everton West. And I matriculated at a high school. The name is Buelana Secondary School. I've been in Everton for, my entire life, actually. I was born in Sebokeng Hospital, so yeah, that's where I was born and raised. I believe in continuous growth, leadership, and using technology to solve real world problems, which I believe will be some of the things we'll discuss as we go forward. But I would actually like
Hmm.
to draw more into that. But yeah, I think we'll do it, as time goes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I
If you
just
don't
turned.
mind me asking.
No, I definitely don't mind. I mean, I'm a
Are you
public
2K
figure
or
anyway.
1K?
Yeah, no, I'm a 2K. I'm a 2K. So I was
Hmm.
born in 2002, on the 8th of August. So I turned 23, in August on the 8th, yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Hmm. Okay, that's lovely. So I hear you saying that you are into science and physics and everything else. How did your journey start? Take us through that from high school and then applying for what you applied for, and then we'll take it from there. How did it
Yeah.
begin?
Okay. So I'll actually take you back to like primary school because that's where it all began, honestly.
That far.
Yeah, that's where it
Okay.
began. So I was in fourth grade. So basically first grade, second grade, and third grade, we don't do science that much. It's just, home language, mathematics, and then other languages. But then fourth grade, that's when you start doing science, right? So we called it natural sciences, and we also did like technology and social sciences. So we were given this textbook, the Thunderbolt Kids. So it's a natural science textbook for, yeah,
Mm.
grade four. So I opened that textbook because I mean it's the first time coming across this subject. Opened that textbook, I'm just scrolling through. Then I came across this article about the Apollo 11 mission. By that time, I had not been exposed to space or anything like that. That was my first time. So I read that article. I read about Neil Armstrong being the first man to step on the moon, not land on the moon because there were two men,
Interesting.
yeah, who landed on the
Hmm.
moon, but he was the first one to step on the moon. So at that moment, I remember telling myself that I'm gonna be the first man to step on a star. So of course I didn't have like the background knowledge and all that. I didn't have all the facts about astronomy, but I told myself, well, I'm gonna be the first man to step on a star.
Um,
All right. So
um,
yeah, that has been the goal ever since. I've always wanted to be an astronaut, not an astronomer per se, but an astronaut. And yeah, I've been doing it. I've been into like science. My mind was made up. Even in grade nine, when we had to choose subjects, I already knew that I'm going to do maths and science because doing the research, I knew to become an astronaut, you have to do maths and science and then eventually
yeah.
do astrophysics or anything related to astronomy when you get to university. And then grade 11, I was exposed to technology here and there, but I never actually viewed technology as a career or anything like that. It was just a hobby for me. One thing that,
Oh, I
yeah,
see.
it was just a hobby. So I've just been into
Mm.
astronomy. So yeah, I applied. I didn't get accepted to study astrophysics, but I got accepted to study physics and mathematics. So yeah, my first year,
So
which was
close. Yeah.
yeah, my first
Literally the
year,
same thing almost.
yeah, which was in
Mm.
2022, I did like physics and mathematics, and I would say I was still into technology because computer science
Mm.
was one of my minors. So yeah, that's how back it goes, the science
Yeah.
thing. And yeah, I'll
That's
draw
really
more into how.
different.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'll
That's
draw more
different and
into
that's inspiring, I've got to
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Mm.
I'll then draw
Okay,
more
that's
into
interesting.
how I then, integrated or maybe changed into computer science. But
Let's
that's
get into that actually. I wanted to
yeah.
ask you. And then what happened? Now we're moving from physics to tech.
Mhm.
What inspired that transition into software development, into technology, and penetrating that industry?
Yeah. So it's 2022. I'm doing physics and mathematics. Computer science is one of my electives, right? And it's my highest passed module. I enjoyed it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I did robotics fine in high school. That's when I was, introduced a little bit into tech. But as I said, I never viewed it as a career or anything like that. So first
Mm.
year, computer science is there and I'm enjoying it. It's my highest pass module. If your module is your highest pass module, of course you're gonna like it. So I remember
Of
telling one of
course,
my
yeah.
classmates, yeah, because it was my elective for I think first and second year, but then third year going forward, I wasn't going to take computer science. So I remember telling one of my classmates that, okay, if I'm not going to take computer science on my second or third year, then I believe I might be adding it as, an extra module because at that time
Yes, yes.
I didn't know about like qualification change or anything like that. But eventually I spoke to the faculty administrator and she advised me, okay, if you'd like to do computer science, then you can basically, because at Northwest University they also have physics and computer science. So I was like, oh, okay,
Mm,
let me
yeah.
drop maths and focus on physics and computer science because it complements both, astronomy and the
Mm.
tech field of it. So I was like, okay, let me
Wow.
go for physics and computer
Mm.
science. So yeah, that's one thing that I would say because from 2022, I've just been into computer science ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. That's lovely to hear. At
No,
least it comes from, I think one thing that rather that's impressive is that it's from your heart. It's a passion. It's a true passion of yours. You're not
Yeah,
forcing it or anything or chasing the bag or something like that. I
yeah,
think that's the foundation. And one of the things I believe the youth of today is probably lacking in some instances. But that's good. What would you say are some of the challenges, let's say, you experienced along your journey, whether it's before transitioning or during transitioning or after? What is it that you would say you struggled with? Was it
okay.
the fear of transitioning? What was it?
Yeah. I wasn't actually scared with transitioning because I was like, okay, I'm
Mm,
still in the same field. I've just been after anything that is astrophysics or physics. So if I'm still doing physics, then that's okay.
mm.
And then one of the hurdles I faced was, yeah, third year calculus wasn't good to me. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
don't tell
third
me
year
about that
calculus.
one.
Yeah, it was good to me, and yeah, eventually I had to find a degree that focuses only on computer science, and
Oh
hence
man.
I then decided to change the qualification, well, change the institution entirely because at NW it's either you do physics and computer science, maths and computer science, electronics and computer science. You cannot do computer science on its own, so I
Yeah.
applied to other universities. UFS, they took me, and then yeah, I'm mostly focused on computer science. So I would
Yeah.
say, but also besides that, like the transitioning part of it, I'm using a bursary. I'm not self-funded, so if I transition, I was on my third year last year. If I transition and then at UFS, they actually refused to credit me for
Yeah.
my completed modules at NW. So I had to like start afresh,
They
and
didn't credit you.
they didn't
Insane.
credit me for any of my modules. Academic literacy, they didn't. Computer literacy, they didn't. I did like
It's
structured
insane.
programming, like yeah, they didn't credit
But
me
maybe
for.
you had to learn something. You don't know. Hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I gave them my transcript. I mean, I did pretty well on my academic, literacy, computer literacy, and my computer science modules, but still they
Hmm.
didn't credit me. So I was like, okay, let me continue. But yeah, now it's actually my last year of funding, and then yeah, I would say
Come on.
funding. Yeah, I would say funding. It's yeah one of the hurdles. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but
Yeah, I
then
think
we'll see.
in today's economy, it probably in
Yeah,
South Africa, that's one of our biggest challenges.
no,
University funding, and it's not fun.
yeah.
We hear a lot of stories out here. But all right, I hear you. Thanks for explaining that. We know that it's tough. The university journey is very tough on its own. It takes a lot out of a person. It's overwhelming at times and whatnot. How did you maintain your sanity throughout studying the exams and everything else and the pressures from the outside world as well? Also, given not even the financial stuff, but what held you down as a person, as Mohau? What did you come back to?
Okay,
For
from like
instance, yeah,
from first year
let's hear
till now,
from
or from first year till now.
in your journey throughout university, whether it's first year or now, if it changed, what changed? What was it? Or what were they?
Okay.
Mm,
Okay, so I would say the passion for astronomy. Physics on its own, it can be challenging because I remember even
mm,
on my third year, it was like only 80 of us, like 80 third year physics students. And
mm,
that's unheard of at university because we are mostly used to like, being 300 or more in a lecture hall. So if there's like 80 of us and some of them are repeating,
mm.
it says a lot about that module. So something that actually kept me going was the passion for astronomy. It was challenging, but yeah, I kept going because of the love I have
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. And
Mm,
then besides that, I'm a firstborn, so I have siblings who are actually, looking up to me. So yeah, I don't want to
nice.
disappoint them. Yeah.
That's so
And
much pressure.
it is so much pressure, but I
Yeah,
think it's pressure that is beneficial in a way. And
true.
also last year I was at Tuto Africa because I participated in a society. It's known as Enactors. There's Enactors South Africa and then Enactors NW. I was part of Enactors NW. It focuses on because I'm also into like business. I'm not into science only. So Enactors
Yeah.
focus on it's like social enterprises, but then student social enterprises. So being part of it, I had to like go into high schools. I attended Tuto Africa back in high school from like grade 8 to grade 12. Tuto Africa
Mhm.
is an organization that provides extra classes. So when I went there, I was there to propose the enterprise, STEAM Spark that I came with. But eventually I had to introduce myself that, okay, I'm doing computer science. And it seemed like the learners, they were more interested in, what I'm studying, how to get into computer
Yeah.
science than, the enterprise itself. So I would say it's actually something that led me to, for like, creating more YouTube videos focused on like requirements into getting into university,
Yes.
then eventually coming up with a podcast where I try to like, yeah, cover some of the tech insights from a student perspective. So yeah. Oh, okay. I can no longer hear you. I think the mic is off. Oh, yes, I can no longer hear you on my side.
Cool. I'll cut that part out. So yes, tell us more about the content creation side of your things. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. The content creation side of it.
Yeah, how did you get into that space? What did you push? I saw on LinkedIn that you have a very impressive portfolio. I was like, there's no way I'm staying behind. We need to go for it. So I saw
Yeah,
you posted a couple of YouTube videos. You actually have a whole podcast. Tell us more
yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the YouTube channel, it comes back from like it goes back to high school, in 2019. That's when I created, I was in grade 10. Yeah, I was in grade 10. I would say I had enough time. I mean, I was focused on my academics and then, yeah, just to socialize, I was like, okay, let me create a YouTube channel. Because one thing that we used to do in our class, we would like, if maybe there's no educator, we would teach ourselves stuff. And most of the time, I was the one who was, in front. But with subjects like physical sciences and life sciences. Maths, not as much, but physical sciences and life sciences, yes. Other people were doing like maths and other subjects. So that also inspired the entire thing of like, the entire idea of creating a YouTube channel. I was uploading videos, based on life sciences and physical sciences, but eventually I had to take them down as time goes by because I had to focus on a particular like target or target market, which is like the tech audience at the moment. So I'm mostly focused on like uploading videos that are more into tech. So yeah, that's one thing that actually inspired the YouTube channel and then the podcast. It's just to give insights either to high school learners or to anybody who is interested in tech, from a student perspective and sharing my journey. Some things,
Yeah.
yes, they are personal. I'm not yet ready to share them, but as time goes by, I'll
Yeah.
definitely share them. Yeah, but the podcast, it's
Lovely.
just a free space and also to invite, people to share their
Mm.
stories. Yeah,
Yeah. I think if there's one thing I'm taking away from you is that you are putting yourself out there. You're not just complacent. You're not just studying and staying behind the desk. You're actually putting yourself out there. You're building a portfolio.
yeah,
You are making yourself the next great thing. So that's good. That's really good.
yeah.
And speaking of tech and tech videos, what's your current tech stack? How is it looking like?
Okay, because now, I
Let's
mean,
dive
I've
into
been,
tech for like 2 seconds.
yeah, okay, because I mean, I've been into tech for quite some time since 2022. It's looking good. It's looking
Yeah.
good. So the programming languages, that I was actually taught at university. It's my first year, they taught us like Python. And then for data management, we did like MySQL. Um, yeah, those the tools I was using on my first year. Then second year we did like C++. Yeah, I did C++ for the entire year, second year. Then third year I focused on Java because we're drilling into like object-oriented programming. So I
Yeah.
did Java for the entire year, which was last year. Then this year I'm doing C Sharp, which is similar to Java, but yeah, it still
Mm.
focuses on object-oriented programming principles. And then on my own, because I was like, okay, these are the programming languages that I'm being taught at university, but also I have to start somewhere. Python, I had
Yeah.
done it, just the basics of it in high school. Yeah, but just the basics. I was just, watching YouTube videos. And then I was like, okay, let me go back to the basics. And then I started with HTML5, CSS, and then I'm now focused on JavaScript because yeah, JavaScript I
Mm.
think or it's great because for your website, if it's actually like a dynamic website, you do need like JavaScript for certain stuff. Like I like seeing those notifications there, even with the
Mm.
portfolio that I just created right now. When a person, inserts their credentials over there and then clicks on send. I just like that pop up over there, so I can do a lot with it. So yeah, that's my tech
Yeah.
stack for now. And then
Awesome.
with the IDEs, I'm using Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio
Mm.
2022. So for C Sharp, I'm using Visual Studio 2022, and then for other programming languages, I'm using Visual Studio Code.
Lovely. That is lovely. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just me or what, but I use Visual Studio 2022 along with 2017 because of the
No.
different features and updates they have on each. But we'll get into that.
Yeah.
That's lovely. That's really lovely. So what can we expect from you in the coming months or the coming year in terms of your digital platform, your podcast, and actually, what's the name of your podcast? So the
Oh,
viewers can dig into it.
Oh, okay. So the name of the podcast is Tech Talk Weekly with a computer science major. So it emphasizes that, this tech insights, they are from, a
Yeah.
student perspective, hence the computer science major. So yeah. And then I'm actually planning on getting more people to interact with the podcast. I have grown so far. I think focusing on that target because initially,
Mhm.
before I decided to focus on the target, the subscribers were there, but they were not like 100 or anything like that. I think I was around 60, somewhere there. And then when I focused on that, target, that's
Yeah.
when they started increasing gradually. And yeah, I can see them, gradually increasing. And throughout in the upcoming months, probably next year or by the end of next year, I'm hoping to have at least, reached 1,000
Yeah.
subscribers because I have to monetize the channel.
Come,
As
we'll
I
get
said,
there.
yeah.
You'll definitely
Yeah, as I
we
said,
shall.
I'm also into the like into business. So I also did business
Is it?
studies. Yeah, I did medicine science with business studies in high school. So I'm also into
Jack of all
business. So
trades.
yeah, so I have to monetize it. People can actually expect, tech insights. I'll have interviews with some of the guests. They are some students here at UFS, they actually designed an application. They call it's CardZA. So it's a delivery
Mm.
application, more like Mr. D, but for university students. So if you're staying on campus, we have the cafeteria. You don't, always have enough time to go to the cafeteria because it's a bit far. The campus is
Mm.
huge, so it's a bit far. So we can they can basically deliver to your residence. So I found that to be, yeah, yeah, because I mean, they are students. And one thing I
Mm.
liked is that none of them is doing computer science.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
none of them. Like,
AI.
yeah, they're doing like forensic science, marketing, and all that. There's four of them. So
Awesome.
yeah, I'll be having an interview with them, and also a software engineer intern, who was studying at Northwest University. I think he matriculated 20, not matriculated, but then graduated 2024, and
Yeah.
then he got their internship this year. So yeah, I'll also be
Yeah.
having an interview with them.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what people can
Awesome.
expect, and yeah, more tutorials on different programming
Mhm.
languages. For now, I'm still focused on C Sharp because for this year I'm focused on C Sharp. I don't wanna divert a lot, but yeah, I'll focus on other programming languages as time goes.
We'll
Yeah,
definitely keep out a look for the coming episode. That's lovely. So
yeah,
just to end it off, we have a couple of minutes left. What would you leave the aspiring students with, especially those in high school jumping into university or those still in varsity and unsure of maybe their career path or something?
yeah. So just a quick advice for them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say like follow your passion, right?
Yeah.
Do your research also. I think that's one thing a friend of mine and I emphasized on episode 2 of the podcast. You have to do your
Mm.
research because he was into health science and then he transitioned into computer science as well after finding out that nope, health science is not for him. But because of like lack of research, he didn't know, he only knew when he was inside healthcare. So doing your
Mm.
research, following your passion will eventually lead you to the career that you're meant to be in.
Yeah.
That's something that I would like to leave them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you for that. I hope they heard you. Well,
yeah,
thank you for joining us today, Mohau. We wish you all the best in your journey of studies, all the best with your exams and your future aspirations.
yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of business as well, as I hear that you're into business. So yeah, thanks for today's episode.